Hey all, my name is Toya Wyndham. This is my first semester at East Tennessee State University. Someone asked me in Memphis the other day why I chose a college that was 8 hours away, and I answered that I appreciate the flexibility of this online program and that I wasn't able to find anywhere else in the state of Tennessee that offered such a great opportunity. I can't believe that I've made it to the end of my first semester here so quickly. It seems like it was just last week that we were conducting our first Zoom session, and I was overreacting about all the work that was about to take place in this class. I have bragged on this textbook throughout the entire semester. I was very eerie about taking a history class for my first course, as I thought it would be very boring and lackluster. However, after beginning this course, I found myself reading the textbook every week to gain a more in-depth knowledge about the course material. I purchased the ebook instead of the paper version of the book, and I still had no issues. So I really appreciate that. As cheesy as this sounds, I really enjoyed learning historical facts and relating them to current higher educational trends that are going on. For example, my alma mater, Mississippi State University, is best described as a public land-grant institution that was established in 1878. Right? I thought that was it. That was all that I needed to know. Growing up in Mississippi and attending Mississippi State has created a sense of homage to the state, so I pretty much thought I knew everything there was to know. Despite all of the negative personas the state has received, that the state of Mississippi has received, over the years, I've just came to the, fact that this is my home. However, I learned more interesting things that helped me to think in a different light after taking this class or since taking this class. I learned when reading the textbooks and through the discussions about how the Morrill Act changed the schematics of colleges and universities in Mississippi. The creation of Mississippi State meant that the University of Mississippi, also known as Ole Miss, had to fight for student enrollment within the state. Historically, the Civil War provided opportunities to initiate new higher education programs across the country. I found it very interesting that during the Civil War, the entire body at the University of Mississippi, Ole Miss, decided to enlist in the Confederate forces. This fact shed a new light on the University of Mississippi, in my opinion. Maybe this is why people in other parts of the country think that Ole Miss is the state college / university for Mississippi and not Mississippi State, my alma mater. Because no matter where you go, like I work in Memphis, and so it's like right on the Mississippi Tennessee line. So people are like, "Where'd you go to school?" And I'm like, "Mississippi State." And they're like, "Oh, Ole Miss, right?" And I'm like, "No." You would be surprised how often that you hear people say that. What else? Not to shortchange MSU, as their campus was constructed with historic drill fields at the center of campus, which were used for military practices and drill field exercises as well during the Civil War time period. Okay, switching gears, as I know you are all bored to death about hearing about Mississippi, I also found it very interesting to hear the perspectives of other classmates this semester. I knew very little about the East Coast, so when you all discussed life in Virginia and the Carolinas, I thoroughly enjoyed hearing it. I felt like a sponge each week as I soaked it all up. This class really helped me to understand history as I compartmentalized it with the 9 colonial colleges in the American way. The textbook and Dr. Tweed helped me to better visualize how higher education was originally created for the wealthy white men and how over time women and minorities were slowly given opportunities to attend college. Although the rights were not equal initially, I am thankful for all of the pioneers who paved the way so that I could attend college. Moreover, I am appreciative of the Pell Grant and other federal programs which provide funding, grants, and scholarships to students so that they have the opportunity to attend college as well. Presently, college is very competitive. I'm surrounded by colleges who praise their children. I'm surrounded by colleagues who praise their children for getting into Ivy League colleges, while I have other colleagues who share equal excitement because their children can attend community college for free. There's several community colleges, if not majority of them, that if in the state of Mississippi, sorry, going back to it again, that if students live in a certain mile radius, then they can attend community college tuition free. So completely good program, whether they want to pick up a trade or whether they want to do the first 2 years of a bachelor's program. It's an astounding opportunity, so that no one is left out from having the opportunity to attend college. I think that anyone who wants to attend college, whether it's a university or community college, can do so because of all the new funding opportunities, as I just discussed. Honestly, though, I'm not sure where higher education is going in the future. Sometimes I feel as though my 2-year-old and other young children may choose not to attend college in the next 15, 20 years because of the lack of jobs post-graduation and the high student loan debt obtained in such a short period. Then you can't find a job that helps you to feel like it was worth all the time and money that you've spent. Nonetheless, I plan to motivate my child and provide her with opportunities that I was not afforded growing up, so that she will be able to attend college, if that's what she desires. I hope that's what she desires, but I'm definitely going to be standing behind her every step of the way to help her to come to the best decision. I think that there will be a major fall in college enrollment in the coming years, as in some areas birth rates are declining. I know in the state of Mississippi, high school graduation rates have been declining, so that means less seniors graduating from high school, which means that working in enrollment at Mississippi State University, we were constantly looking at a smaller piece of the pie because there were less students, but the amount of colleges remain the same. So that means that it's going to make it harder for colleges to attract students when there are less students graduating from high school. And with the uncertainty with everything going on in politics, and then the war, and then just so many changes in our country, I'm just not 100% sure how higher education is going to be viewed in the future. I don't know if it's going to be as big of a necessity. I find it kind of hard to think that schools like Harvard and other Ivy League colleges will fail to attract students, but I think that colleges that are smaller, or maybe some of these for-profit universities, that maybe they'll have a harder time attracting students, because it's just atrocious how much debt that you can accumulate in such a short amount of time. Sorry, I've been talking for too long. So yeah, that's the past. I've talked about the past with the 9 colonial colleges. Talked about sorry, my brain just went blank. I talked about the past with the 9 colonial colleges. Then we talked about how over time different laws, legislature were passed so that not just white wealthy men could attend colleges, but women were able to attend colleges, or minorities were able to attend colleges. Also, there were several historically black colleges and universities founded that offered more opportunities, although originally they didn't receive equal funding and it was really hard for them. Things have progressed a lot over the years, and that's where we are now, where a black student like myself can decide and have an equal chance of getting in, or a seemingly equally chance of getting into pretty much any college that I desire. So I feel like we have came a long way. Are we exactly where we need to be? No. And that's what pushes us to the future. So in the future, I hope that more opportunities are afforded, so that no matter what your race or your background is, or your financial situation, that you can be given an opportunity to go to college, as long as you prove that you can work hard, just as hard as someone with a better economical background than you. Thank you again, Dr. Tweed, for such a wonderful semester. I am happy that I chose East Tennessee State University, and I plan to carry the information that I've learned this semester with me as I move forward in this program. Thank you all for listening, and I hope to continue to work with the rest of you as we move forward. Thanks.